chances are pretty strong that you won't live the virtual administrator's life very long before you're going to have to manage the VHD. VHD meaning the virtual hard disk that you're using that's working basically mimicking a physical disk for your virtual machine. So the virtual hard disk in the VMware world is a set of files that appears to your guest operating system as a physical drive. And so this thinks it's the C drive out there on a regular physical disk, just like it always is. And this virtual hard disk can be on the host system, it can be on a remote computer. A lot of people like to put these out on the little USB drives and so forth. It's not the greatest as far as, fast and efficient, but it lets you maintain quite a few virtual machines. Now, when it comes to managing the virtual hard disk, there is a separate virtual hard disk manager that's used to configure, manage, and maintain the virtual hard disk. Some of these functions are built into the user interface and workstation. I'll show you how to get to those in just a moment. But understand that when you use the virtual disk manager, which by the way I'm going to do a separate video just on the virtual disk manager, show you a couple of examples maybe of some of the things that you can execute there. But notice we can do things like compacting our virtual hard disk. In other words, making it smaller, utilizing all the free empty space in there, or we can expand the virtual hard disk and make it larger. Now when we talk about that, I'll show you a gotcha. You'll go out there and expand it, but you won't see the space, and I'll talk about why and how to fix that issue, but we'll talk about that in a separate video. And then here's probably the biggest one. You hear this all the time. Man, can I not defragment my virtual hard disk? It just seems clunky and slow, and as much as I've been doing on it, I know it probably needs to be defragmented. Again, there's a specific set of steps you need to go through to really get the full benefit of defragmentation that you're used to seeing, so we will talk about defragmenting the virtual hard disk in a separate video. And then of course removing the virtual hard disk, using locks to prevent consistency issues on these hard disks, and then actually moving the virtual hard disk to another location. Now, these are going to be normal things that you're going to have to do quite a bit out there in the real world. So it's going to be very beneficial for you to go ahead and kind of tinker with these, tinker being a southern technical term for practice. But you need to go out there and practice with these various things with a virtual hard disk that you don't care if you lose it, mess it up, confuse it, just totally blow it apart, whatever. But you want to play with these things. I would strongly suggest you get you a little virtual machine going, clone the thing, get you a copy of it, and then start playing with a virtual hard drive, virtual hard disk, and play with each one of these and just get used to working with it, okay? So managing the virtual hard disk is something you're going to have to do at some point. And so in the next few videos, we'll step through these and take a look at some of the ins and outs of carrying on the management functions of the virtual hard disk.